I had to move recently?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did. That's good. Brings me on to the next part. The first performer is going to come up. So move on up, baby. It's Ben Glas.
Can everyone hear me without the mic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I don't want to do the mic. Alright, so I have some scores for you. You can follow along and you can look at me as I nervously go through them. So they're text-based and 24-hour composition, life as instrument, parentheses, tuning. Upon awakening, sit quietly for a moment. Consider how you want to tune yourself. How do you want to play today? Which tuning is best for your improvisations? Will you attempt to harmonize with your symphonic environments? Will you actively seek tonal frictions? Or perhaps you will live atonally, improvising with each tonal context. After picking your mode of tuning, consider your desired time signature. Time signature, in parentheses. What will be your time signature? Will you adapt a fast pace? Or will you adapt a slow pace? Or perhaps you will be polyrhythmic today, improvising with each rhythmic context. How will you divide each movement of the day? Will you divide the composition into hours, half hours, quarter hours, minutes, seconds, moments, or all of the above? Parentheses, improvising. As you go about your day, come back to your fundamentals. Listen carefully for the harmonies and dissonances of other improvisers around you. Take note of your tuning and of your tempo. How have they changed? Are you harmonizing with the greater symphony? Or are you off by just a few cents? Is there a use to the friction? Are you on beat? Or are you off by a count or two? Is there a use to being offbeat? Remember silence as a strong contrast. Use it if needed. Repeat this movement as many times as you would like. Parentheses, coda. And at the end of the day, before you lay to rest, consider your score. Where did your harmonies and or dissonances thrive? Where might they have fallen short? When you were playing accompaniment to the greater symphony, or were you performing a drawn-out solo? Were you keeping time and making the most of it? Is the arch of your score a large crescendo? Or is it a series of sonnets? Perhaps it was comprised of high-energy variations, or perhaps it was a dynamic mix of all of the above. What will your score look like tomorrow? Parentheses, applause. Assimilate the score you've performed and allow other performers and improvisers of the world to make their own compositions while you offer silence and your ears. Number 2. Live as if, upon your death, your life will flash before your eyes, and you will see your life's atemporal coda and revisit each moment of your own narrative score, your life. Live as if each moment of your life is a note, and that a moment can be a fraction of a second, or decades long. Ask yourself, how harmonious are my momentary notes in the grander composition? Does the dissonance in my composition serve an intentional purpose? Variation. Play your life in an improvisational manner. Change the coda, change the punchline. My last piece I'm going to share with you tonight is titled, How to Be Somebody. 1. Arrange all necessary elements for life together in one spot at precisely the right time. Although it's a fucking miracle, make it look easy. Be sure to evolve from prokaryotes to eukaryotes, to multicellular life, to simple animals, to arthropods, to complex animals, to fish, to proto-amphibians, to reptiles, to mammals, to Homo habilis. Be sure to stand up straight now. To Homo erectus, to Homo neanderthalis, to Homo sapien. 3. Make sure your species survives the brutal sieve of natural selection. Produce both situational awareness and pile upon pile of pure synchronous luck. Get lucky and get lucky millions of times over. 4. Confirm that your great grandparents come together, and that the next and successive generations follow this very score to ensure you. 5. And just before your parents convene, be sure to rise early and to be the early bird, to get a good position in your own race. Pace yourself, but give it your all. 6. After conception, be sure to grow, quote-unquote, normally, healthily, without major defect. Be sure to get enough nutrients and to rest up before the big journey. 7. And when you are ready to be somebody, be sure to scream and to learn to breathe easy. Thank you.